Good morning, everybody. So I'm running a little behind. Got a bad migraine, so hopefully this won't take too long. And I've got the hiccups, which isn't that great. So yesterday we had the bee inspector come and inspect everybody, except for the 2 hives that are working on having a mated queen this week. So we're not going to touch them this week. But we did already do inspections yesterday because the inspector did them with us. Everything looks pretty good. Only thing I really need to do is put up a fence-ish around the hives. My ditch counts as a barrier, so we're going to have to make a fence to go along my driveway up to my house. That way it is preventing someone from accidentally stumbling into the hives. They would actually have to cross the barrier. So that's what we're going to do over the next few weeks. The other thing that I have to do today, the only reason why we're going to do them today is because this hive, even though it is kicking butt and has 2 things of honey, not all the way full and not all the way capped, but because the inspector was here, he went into the brood chamber, and the first frame he pulled out happened to have a almost capped queen cell. Then he pulled out another frame, and it also had a queen cell that was capped. And then he noticed that there were no eggs or larvae. So he said, I asked if he thought these were swarm cells. He thinks they are actually supersedure cells. They are making honey because they're trying to be efficient. So he also noticed that they were putting nectar and honey into the brood comb, because the queen is, in his opinion, he thinks already gone. He said Florida queens, because they're pretty much laying all year, last maybe about 9 months. This girl lasted probably 18. No, she's at 14, 16. So I'm pretty impressed with that, actually. So she probably just died, or they realized she wasn't laying well, and they are working on replacing her. So what I'm doing with this one is his suggestion, because he looked at Lego Hive over there, thought it was pretty cool, but he was noticing her pattern was not at all great, very few eggs, and he said, she's been in here a month or a little over, she should by now be laying much better. So he doesn't think she's going to get better. So he said, since I have at least 2 queen cells on this one, he thinks I need to go ahead and take a queen cell out of this one and find the queen in Lego Hive, take her out, and then let them requeen themselves. So that is what we're doing this morning. We're going to take off the 2 supers, and then we are going to take a queen cell, or actually we're going to take the whole frame, and we're basically going to flop them. We're going to take one frame out of Lego Hive, and then we're going to give them a queen cell after we take out their queen. So I'm going to finish getting dressed. One thing that I just was so amazed at is the bee inspector moves so quickly. And I'm like, I move so slow. But he does that every day, all day. So maybe I'll get that quick. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do this morning. We're not going to inspect them. We're 2 of them we are kind of inspecting. But they were already done yesterday, so I already know what I'm looking for in this hive. And then I'll have to find Lego Hive's queen. But bear with me, my nose is sniffling, my sinuses are running, I've got an incredible migraine, and I've got the hiccups, so we'll see how quickly this goes. Yeah, we don't want to use too much smoke on them because they don't have their, or they don't have their coop. So he pulled out these frames yesterday. I think this was the frame he showed us to give us an example of why he thinks we're queenless. Alright. So, see how those cells right there have like nectar or honey in them, but then the rest are all brood? So he thinks that is a definite sign that those should have had eggs in them, but instead they are being efficient and putting honey in them. So he thinks that means we have no queen. She either was old and died off, or they realized she was getting old and decided to just say, you've been great, but we're going to requeen you now. Alright. Let's see this one. This is the one with the uncapped queen cell. Alright, so this is the one he said to put in Lego Hive. Again, all of that should have had eggs, and it doesn't. So, right there is the queen cell. And if you, I don't know if I can get a good shot. There is a larva in there, a farther stage larva. So this should be capped in a few days, and then they will let that queen hatch. So I think these all look like good nurse bees to go with it. So here, will you hold that one? You see the green cell?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see this frame. This is the other frame he looked at. Yeah, look at all that honey.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so here is a wonderful, here's the other queen cell. I just wanted to make sure it was intact and well. So it is. So we're going to put this one back very gently. But I'm not short on bees, so that's a good thing. Alright, so now what we're going to do is walk over to Lego Hive and go into it. You'll follow me. Alright. So this one's a lot shorter, so there we go. So what I want to do today is find that queen, because it does no good to put a queen cell in there if you can't find the queen to get rid of her, because she's going to go up to the queen cell and destroy it. So I have to find her. Darn my sinuses. Could you set that one very gently over here? I need a queen cage. Preferably the clippy clip one.
Like a bee hatching.
I do. It's a drone.
Drone.
Very good. You can show the camera if you want. That'd be kind of cool. Point it out and tell them. Because I don't know if they heard that.
You got a drone hatching.
There's my queen. Alright, so that framing your hand, put that in the hive. Yep, right there in the middle, very gently. I just looked away to see what you were doing. Yep.
Is that her?
I think so. Hold on.
She's pointing this side.
Alright, well I know she's on this frame, so we're not going to put it in there. Go ahead and put those two frames in. Be very gentle because of the queen cell. That's what I get for looking away. Alright, get that lid on. I hate how I can find her that easy and then I lose her that easy. Can you go get a queen cage while I'm looking? Thank you. She'll pop up in a second because she can't go anywhere. I don't get it. Oh, there she is. We both saw it at the same time. Good job. Alright. Alright, so we found the queen. Now, let me put this in here. Alright, so we did what the inspector suggested. We removed the queen. There you go. Sorry, that was a drone, and he can't fit through this, so I just shoved him off. What? Oh. Go take her inside real quick. Or put her in the other queen cage up there. Alright, so I'm not going to do a brood inspection on them for the next couple weeks. I actually, honestly, wasn't even going to do a brood inspection for them ever until I took the supers off. But the inspector, that's his job, so that's what he did, and I'm actually glad he did, because he saw that they had a queen cell. That actually shocked me quite a bit, because I was not expecting to have queen cells in this one, because they're making so much honey. But other than that, he said everyone looked healthy, other than putting up a barrier. That's really all I have to do. But other than that, that's all we're doing, because we inspected them yesterday, so I'm not going to upset them again today. But everyone's been working hard, so we'll see you guys next Sunday. Next Saturday. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.